All right. Hey, everybody. It's Monday night, and it's such a beautiful day here in Texas. It's a new day. It's a new week. It's a new month. And I don't know about you, but maybe it's because spring has sprung, but I am just ready to kind of, run up and down the street singing Michael Frante's I'm Alive, I'm Alive, I'm Alive. It's just that season for growth and renewal and excitement. And maybe I'm excited because I just looked at the numbers from March. And even though I just kind of felt that we were just kind of struggling through the month, I'd be looking at the numbers and I'm going, wow, where's everybody? What's everybody doing? And we closed out so strong. We had team wide. And when I say team wide, you guys know that, I'm talking everybody under, Kathy Crockett and Holly and Steph Fletch and Judy Strickler and Jamie Cantrell and, Jerry Moran, the list goes on and on and on. But we ended up with close to 500 new customers in the month of March. And I got to tell you, that's celebration. So you guys woke up and you started to remember what this is all about. And that's changing the lives and the health and the well-being of families around the world. So I'm super, super proud of you. And so we're going to kick off April tonight with two women who have just absolutely just propelled themselves with growth and are touching so many lives. It's so exciting. So we're going to start tonight with chatting with Amelia Parker. And before I introduce Pamelia, I want to tell you a little bit about her. We celebrated Pamelia as a QSSC a couple months ago. She's a wife. She's a mom to two grown boys. She's from Old Lyme, Connecticut. Okay. Guys, she said yes to Juice Plus September 2013. And guys, she has qualified her business every month for 100 months. So if you do the math, her business has been qualified almost since the day that she said yes. So I asked Pamelia to be on the call tonight for two reasons. Number one, on January 25th, Pamelia brought her husband into the business. Get this, January 25th. And by February 25th, he was already a QSC. Whoa. All right. Now that is amazing. That's like the equivalent of 24 trio orders. All right. Super spectacular. But also, I asked Pamelia for the call tonight because we're celebrating Volunteer Month this month. And I want you guys to give it up because first of all, Pamelia is an amazing volunteer. How many of you have been affected by her kindness? Yeah, every hand goes up. Can I help you? How can I help you? Can I help you? How can I help you? Well, Pamelia is now serving, representing Juice Plus as an ambassador to St. Jude's. And she has taken on an amazing challenge to raise money for St. Jude's. She's going to tell us about that. Not only that, she's inches away from being our newest senior sales coordinator, inches away. So, Amelia Parker, my friend, welcome to the call. All right, unmute yourself. And girl, what is going on with you? I mean, 30 days getting your husband to QSC and this tribute that you've been awarded to represent the Juice Plus community as a St. Jude's ambassador. What's going on?
Well, thank you. I know as you start to say it, I was always wondering how many months I was qualified. So that's very cool because that was one of my goals. First of all, I am so honored to be here. I watch people on this Monday night call. I've helped out the technical IT part of this call, but it's just so exciting to be on this end of the call and talking to all of you. Because if it wasn't for Juice Plus, I would not even be where I am today emotionally, because this is personal growth disguised as a business. No matter what they say, the growing that I've done in here. And I'm happy to say that I also today signed up for the new Brave Leaders course that KJ is doing, because she said it's different from when we originally did it. I'm like, well, sign me up, right? Because it can only grow from there. And that's what I love about this. So very quickly, a little background on me. I was never an athlete. An aerobics instructor told me to find something else better suited. And so I lived that story. And at age around 48, 49, I was exhausted. I always told people my get up and go, got up and went, but I was exhausted from the time I woke up to the time I went to bed. My job, I loved my job, but my boss sucked. And Jen and Henry, who were here, Henry will attest to this, as we were sailing the boat from Newport down to Old Lyme, and I'm getting text messages from my boss asking me when I'm going to be done with my day off. I'm like, it's my day off. I'm going to be done with it, at midnight. So nothing was right. And I went to the doctor. I had all my blood work done. You've got autoimmunes, you've got this, you have that. And the nurse patted me on the back and said, "Oh, honey, you're just getting old." And I thought, oh my God, I am 40, whatever. And I'm just getting old. Like, this is it. And one person that up here had been trying to get me to eat like these Greens Plus bars or whatever. But I asked Henry what he did. Henry said, "I sell fruits and veggies. It's Juice Plus." And I went, oh God. And he said, "What'd you hear about it?" I want you to know, I said no to Juice Plus 2 years before that, for various reasons. I didn't believe it. But when Henry said it, and Henry and I have this connection on this amazing boat that was built in 1937, that there's just magic about this boat. And I thought, well, let me give it a try. But I was very skeptical about what it was going to do for me. So I started on the Juice Plus, and I think it was within that first month that I had said to my husband, well, maybe there's something here, because I kind of looked at the business plan. And my husband walked in, my boss is screaming at me on the phone. It's muted, but it's on speaker, and he's screaming at me, and I'm in tears. And the boss is just berating me for not working 50 hours a week and being flexible when I'm paid for 30. And everything came together. My health, my job sucked. And I was like, this is my vehicle. This is what I'm going to do. I just knew it was. So I made a decision that, well, I'll just pay for the products and let's see if this works. And we're going to fast forward, because I don't have a whole lot of time, 11 months, when my endocrinologist said, "You went off my supplements. What are you doing?" And I was like, "They cost me $300 a month and they hurt my stomach." And she's like, "Well, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because your numbers are normal." So that was for Hashimoto's. My autoimmune numbers went normal. And for me, I made the decision that day that I would never not take Juice Plus, because I was feeling better. And in that year, everything that I had said never to, I started doing. And I'm telling you, I made fun of people running down the road, the people who joined gyms, the people who were working for themselves at home. Anything that I could think of, people scuba diving. Why would you swim with things bigger than you? And Juice Plus has given me a vehicle to now do all my nevers, right? All of the things I said never to, the scary things, the personal growth. So I know I get going. I get so excited about this. I just want to tell you it all. So I made a decision, I said, just to make enough to pay for it. But then as I went on, I was like, I can do more with this. So I started looking at what they were telling us to do. And I set up a plan. I started writing down a list, and I had a list of people I would talk to about Juice Plus, people I hadn't talked to in years. And then I had my chicken shit list. Sorry for that, but it was those people I would never talk to. Every single person that was on my chicken list is a customer or has been a customer. And one just came back to me and said, I need to get back on Juice Plus. So all those people that make your palms sweat, do that scary thing, because it's the ones who I thought for sure they'll do it. And they're like, no. And I was like, what are you talking about? No, like, I knew you would do this. But throughout all this, there's just different books that we were reading, different things. But the thing that made the biggest difference and will make the biggest difference to everyone is I signed up September 23rd of 2013, I think it was. And I went to conference that October. And that was where I started to hear people's stories. And I showed up to these Monday nights that Terry's been doing since the end of time or beginning of time and showing up to those. But it was because I kept showing up in this community that I was able to start believing in me, because everyone else believed in me, but I didn't have that belief in me. I didn't know if I could really do this. And it was by the suggestions, and it was by, listening to Brene Brown and taking the Brave Leaders course that we had. And I said right before this, I'd signed up for the next one that KJ is doing. And by signing up, there's some other people that I followed, and I'm losing track on who they were. But reading, I have books here that I never thought I would read. And I drive around and I'm listening to audiobooks of people that I had never heard of. But all of these little things start to feed in to taking away that little voice that's like, you can't do this. What are people going to think? What are you really doing? Fruits and vegetables, are you crazy? And these people who I play a lot of tennis, just to put it mildly. And I have the people out there, I share it with the people on the court, and they're like, I can't get consistent with taking it. Well, the girl who I played 4 times in the last year, who this time I took out 6-0, 6-3. And if you know tennis, it was a quick match. I took her right out, and she said, maybe there's something to that stuff that you're taking that you've been talking about, because this girl is younger. She's 20 years younger. I'm 59, and I'm beating these girls who are 20, 25 years younger. So what's my point, right? You make a decision, you set your intention, and then you start to believe in yourself because you keep showing up. And when someone asks you to do something, you say yes, and then you figure out how to do it, right? That's just the way it goes. If I start thinking about it, I start debating, and I get in that debate in my mind. I get up on Tuesday and Friday mornings I get up at 5:30 and I go to the gym at 6:30, and there's no debate there. That's just what I do every Tuesday and Friday. So I don't have to make that decision. I do one scary thing every day. I show up here every Monday night. I go to every conference. I go to boot camp. Now, of course, there's times we won't. My father had a stroke in January of 2018. Again, and this community and Jews Plus enabled me to keep my paycheck right where it was, to go be there for my father for those 4 months that he lived. And then when he passed, to be there for my mother. And I was down there at the hospital. I was down there at the nursing home. I was in there in Yale New Haven Hospital saying, when my dad's, all he could basically say was, I want my gummies, because he saw us eating the Juice Plus gummies in the room. I got Yale New Haven to put the Juice Plus bottles, take their labels and put them onto the bottles, because they saw. The guy said no at first, and I told him that the hospital did research. And these are all the little things. Those are the scary things, but that validate what we're doing. We're making a difference in this world. So one day in CrossFit, which is a cult that I swore I would never join, right? And now I do it all the time. I asked my running coach, or my coach in there, who's an ultra runner, can you help me run a marathon? And he's like, what? He's like, you hate running. I'm like, no, I want to run a marathon because my company is the biggest sponsor and I want to give back like they do. And he said, okay, let's do it. So in 2017, I ran my first marathon. It was right before my dad got sick. And in 2018, I ran my second marathon because I was on a high, and I signed up for it again. And it was tough, but now I just crush half marathons. I don't do those full marathons. I didn't do 2020, but when I showed up last year, I was like, why do we raise so little money? We're the biggest sponsor as far as the team. And then I started looking around and other people had done the same. And I think it was because of COVID. So I talked to Meredith Martin, who's down at corporate, and I said, can I help you with this? And something didn't sound right to me. And I said, well, Meredith, what are you doing now? And she told me what she's doing. I was like, well, can I kind of take over the Juice Plus, St. Jude's page and raise 100,000 next year? And she was like, you go right ahead. And she's like, where did you come up with that? I'm like, I don't know. I just came up with this number right now, but that's my goal, because my goal actually is to raise $100,000 personally before I die, for St. Jude's. And I had somewhere written down here, I raised, I don't know, $18,146 is what I've raised over 4 races so far. So that's my goal. This is my goal for the team. And somewhere in there, I got this kind of mixed up when I was asked to be a St. Jude's ambassador. And I was kind of thinking, oh, it's one and the same thing. And, but how could I say no? Because this girl, Siobhan, had helped me so much. So I just said yes. And I told her I'm raising 100,000. And now I'm helping other people learn how to raise money. I have got about 7 or 8 people that I'm in charge of, to find out if they're racing, to do it. A couple of them are running in New York and to get this involved. And I'm way over my time, aren't I, Terry?
I'm just going to say, guys,
can't
let's
stop,
just,
okay?
can we give it up for this woman? I mean, I am so proud of you. I am just busting at the seams. So I'm going to wrap this up for you.
Thank you.
$100,000. So be expecting that Pamelia Parker is going to be smiling and dialing you to help support. Yes, Abby, isn't she amazing?
You can do it virtually. So there's no excuse. You can walk a 5K virtually and do this. Okay.
We can walk it, run it, or just contribute,
Or
right?
you can have a party in Memphis with us on December 3rd.
That's probably the way I'll go. All right, Amelia Parker, you are, I mean, you're just a breath. And I know that you and your husband are about to collect about $800 in bonuses for his QSC. So that's pretty sweet.
And Janae, I'm so sorry that I went over. I got so excited. Oh my goodness.
That's okay. All right. So up next, oh my goodness, I'm just on a high. Janae Harrison, are you there, Janae?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. All right. Hey guys, before I introduce one of our newest SSC Senior Sales Coordinator, let me tell you a little bit about Janae Harrison. She's a wife. She's a mom. She's a teacher. She's from here in Texas, Lockney, Texas. She's under the Nicole Fletcher organization. I love this woman. She said yes back in 2010 to Juice Plus. Now, success leaves clues, so pay attention. She's qualified her business for 139 months. That, my friends, is almost the entire time that she has been with Juice Plus, maybe short 2 months. So she said yes. 2 months later, she's a qualified business. Success leaves clues, just like Pamelia. Oh my gosh. So, girl, what happened? You made the decision. What was going on that you decided you were going to take a run for this?
Well, I don't know what happened. No, I do. We work so hard, right? And 2 years ago, God came and asked me to take a position as a teacher in a new school. And I argued with him in the mirror for a long time because what I wanted to do was just pick up my Juice Plus business and run with it. So often we're sitting in our seat and we see this person, drive by real fast and make it to the top. And we see this person. And I feel like I'm on this slow train that's going uphill and someday will really take off. And he kept telling me it's not my season and that he needed me in the teaching seat. And so we argued in the mirror for a really long time. And then I called the principal of the school and I said, I argued with the Lord in the mirror. He says I have to take this job and I'm still not convinced. So if you would please sell it to me. And when you see this Juice Plus business and how absolutely amazing it is and the freedom that you have, I don't have that, right? In my teaching profession, I get there at 7:45 in the morning. As a teacher, has anybody been a teacher on here? Okay, if you've been a teacher, you know that you can only get to go to the bathroom at set times, whether you need to or it doesn't matter. You have all these restrictions, and as a teacher, you have to have a replacement. So for me to leave my classroom or for me to be gone because a family member is sick, I don't get that luxury as a teacher. And so one of my goals has always been for my Juice Plus paycheck to outpay my 8 to 5 job, is what I call it. And guess what? I did it. And so people say, they laugh at because I have Juice Plus all over my room, right? Because I just have to function and I do all these things all the time. And they're always looking at me like, how do you get all this done? Like, you leave with your kids and you're at all their events, but yet you're not taking it all home. And I'm like, because I have nutrition, and nutrition is what it takes. And so I have gained customers being there, but I think God just sends them. I wish I had a daily method of operation, but right now it's teaching 45 kids and getting my kids to and from on a 45-minute commute. So I don't have a lot of margin. So I do it in stolen moments. I try to check once a week, make sure that I get all of my customers taken care of. I try to make those phone calls and those connections. And then I'm trying to be real on social media. I know that sounds crazy, but that's where I get to touch more people. And so making that vulnerable post that some of us don't like to make, that's people are watching. They are watching. And so I think that's important to be consistent in that, even if it doesn't feel comfortable. I love, I started in 2010. That seems like an ancient years ago, but everything was on DVDs and you had to hand it out and you were having people come in. It is a text now. So we have so much more at our convenience. So Terry, that's really where I'm at. I wish I could say it was this miraculous thing. I have to tell you, I don't do numbers. I married a banker for that. Thank you, husband. And Kathy Crockett and Nicole. So I just call them and say, hey, or they tell me, hey, you need this or you need that. And I just do what I'm asked and do the very best I can. I will tell you this promotion was hard because I got the promotion the day I lost my grandmother, who I was so close to. And so it was a bittersweet, because you're right, Pamelia, you get to be with your people and you're still getting paid. And I missed days and I lost those days at work, and you only get 10 as a teacher, and then you get to start paying for the days that you miss. And, we just don't understand the value until you've walked on those other shoes. And so that's my story. Do you have any questions, Miss Terry?
Wow. Wow. Well, number one, I've known you for years. I remember going to your home probably back in 2010 and sitting in your living room and talking to maybe 4 or 5 neighbors. And Kathy Crockett was driving me around to these different homes. And I just remember knowing that you were a keeper. There's this purity about you. There's this, I don't know, I just felt that, you were so authentic and so real, and your story was so beautiful. So I love that this is happening to you. I love that you made SSC. I love that your paycheck is as good as or better than your teaching paycheck now. Hey, and I love the fact that you earned a $2,000 bonus.
Yes.
Now I should probably not say that because Amelia Parker just heard that you're getting a $2,000 bonus. So you'll probably be hearing from her.
Tell her, send her my way. I have a check.
Sometime soon. All right. Oh my God. Well, we love you. You're just beautiful. Thank you so much. And we're going to be watching because the thing is, once you make SSC, you're kind of got that momentum going. I don't think QNMD is going to be very far down the road for you. I really don't, because summer's coming. You won't be in the classroom.
Yes.
There we go. All right. Okay. Hey guys, thank you. All right. The month of April, every week I get together with a handful of about 5 reps, and we kind of plan what we're going to do on our product page, Transform 2022. We get together every Thursday morning. We're drinking tea, we're drinking coffee. We share a little bit about our lives, and then we get to work. And every month, Paula Culbreth is sitting there going, well, it's January. It's the month of XYZ, XYZ, XYZ. And then when we were together last week, I said, why are we not sharing this? Because like what Janae just said, it's not that you're just handing out or sending text messages. It's both. She's posting on social media. People are following her. And then she's, sweaty palms, picking up the phone. It's a combination of both. But sometimes when it comes to social media, I don't know about you, but I get up in the morning because I probably don't have the best strategy. Jamie Cantrell, I hope you're not listening. Probably don't have the best social media strategy. But we're going to share with you some exciting things about the month of April that would make great social media posts. Okay, Paula, unmute yourself and tell us what's going on in April.
Absolutely. Well, I found out that the month of April is World Autism Awareness Month, National Garden Month, Stress Awareness Month, and Move More Month. So, and Couple Appreciation Month. I thought those were some of the key. There's several other things, but I thought those were some of the key ones that we could hone in, and maybe post something about Juice Plus. So Terry had asked me to go through, and I did provide her a document for every single day that those, and she can do what she wants to with that. But I thought I'd hit a few highlights on some of the ones that I liked or that I want to. And again, this is just a spark interest for your post or doing something with your customers or prospect. So April 6th is National Student Athlete Day. It's also National Walking Day. And so obviously with any of your kids, family members, friends, customers that are athletes, it would be great to ask them to even make a post, get a picture of them using Juice Plus, get a quote from them maybe of what's Juice Plus to put that. Talk about the new Perform, the healthy starts, because I guarantee you I'm going to talk about that with my student athletes or my athletes. National Walking Day, post yourself walking, and the more authentic it is, obviously, and I'm not any kind of expert on social media, but I can tell you I am drawn to anything that's authentic. And so, just out there walking, and again, it's Move More Month. So that would be a great day to show that. April 7th is World Health Day. Oh, I list so many things on there for things for that, but it's also National Burrito Day. So that may not excite some of you, but it excites me. So World Health Day, obviously, you can also even just post out there, what would you like to change about your health? You know what? You're going to get people that are going to respond to that, and you may learn a lot about that. Also invite them to transform for World Health Day, Transform 2022. There's so many tips out there. So National Burrito Day, it may be a day that you want to schedule a burrito in a jar event. And so you post that out there. Maybe you show how you make a burrito in a jar or a healthy burrito bowl. The next thing I got that I liked was April 13th, which was International Plant Appreciation Day. Talking about your tower garden, or talk about the recipe book that's Tower Table. Some of those. Also, maybe even show the next one, which is on April 16th. It's National Stress Awareness Day and Husband Appreciation Day. Isn't that funny that it's on the same day? Anyway, no, I don't understand the relation, but anyway, the national stress, you could definitely play off of, how you have less stress. Now your family's eating, bridging the gap, things of that nature, healthy tips on how to reduce stress. Appreciation for Health for hubby. I'm definitely going to talk about how he shreds with me. how he supports the mission, how he, encourages also the kids to take the Juice Plus, things of that nature. The next one is April 20th that I like. Volunteer. Well, I like a lot of them. I'm just having to highlight a few. Volunteer Appreciation Day, which is what Pamelia was talking about. Ask the folks what they like to volunteer from. They're gonna share with you, and share with them that Juice Plus has allowed you to have more time to volunteer. And then National High Five Day, I like that because there's so many high fives that you can make in reference to Juice Plus. National Kindergarten Day. Okay, Terry laughed when I had that one on there, but I got excited thinking, for Healthy Starts, you may not have a kindergarten person, but somebody that knows somebody that's in kindergarten, and you could bring up the Healthy Starts on that. Celebrate the kindergarten teachers or a customer that's a teacher. Earth Day, April 22nd. Let's see. Let me tell the last two. National Tell a Story Day. Obviously, you can tell your story briefly on your post about Juice Plus. And again, I wouldn't do all of these. I'm just picking out some of my favorites, a few of them. And then the last one I'd say that I really like is it's the April 30th. Isn't that funny? April 1st was April Fool's Day, but April 30th is National Honesty Day. So I thought it would be cool to do something around, like Pamelia had mentioned, it took her 2 years of no, but be honest, what were your no's? And where are you now with Juice Plus? I mean, something of that nature.
Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. So I know you couldn't write that fast. So we're going to post these on Team Up in just a few minutes. So you'll have, you can do some fun posts. Did you know that whatever day was High Five Day, that's the day that many of us will be in Waco for our retreat. Yeah, Janae, Pamelia, Margie. So we can, and Judy, we could take lots of high five pictures to post. And while we're at the retreat center, it's Earth Day, and there's a beautiful lake, and there are hiking trails. So, oh my gosh, there's no end, because you guys are so creative. Just be creative, be real, be you. What do I say? Janae and Pamelia, thanks for melting my heart tonight. We love you. We appreciate you. Thanks for inspiring us to keep dreaming and growing. Hey, everybody. Good night. See you next week. Take care. Peace and blessings.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Good night.